Immigration, border control and citizenship. A nation must be able to decide who joins it. The national project recognizes that borders are a fundamental requirement of national sovereignty, democratic self-government, public accountability, and social cohesion. A nation that cannot control entry into its territory cannot effectively plan. Housing, infrastructure, education, healthcare, employment, national security, or long-term development. Immigration policy therefore exists to serve the interests of the nation and its citizens. The purpose of immigration policy is not hostility towards foreigners. The purpose is to ensure that immigration occurs at a level and in a manner that supports national stability, successful integration, economic development, and long-term national cohesion. Citizenship is not merely a legal status. Citizenship represents membership within the national community and carries both rights and responsibilities. The national project therefore supports controlled immigration, secure borders, meaningful integration, and a clear distinction between citizens, lawful residents, temporary visitors, and those who possess no legal right to remain within the country. Controlled national interest immigration. Immigration shall operate according to the needs and interests of the nation. Entry may be granted where applicants contribute through critical skills, strategic professions, investment, nationally beneficial enterprise, education, research, or other areas identified as beneficial to the nation. Immigration levels shall remain subject to regular review and may be increased, reduced, or suspended according to housing availability, infrastructure capacity, labor market conditions, public service capacity, national security requirements, and integration outcomes. The objective is sustainable immigration rather than uncontrolled immigration. Border security. The state shall maintain effective control of ports, airports, territorial waters, customs facilities, and points of entry. Border security exists to protect national sovereignty, prevent unlawful entry, combat organized crime, reduce human trafficking, prevent smuggling, and maintain public confidence in the immigration system. The law must be capable of practical enforcement. Citizenship as a civic contract. Citizenship is earned through demonstrated commitment to the nation. Applicants seeking citizenship shall be required to demonstrate lawful residence, good character, respect for British law, understanding of British institutions, understanding of constitutional rights and responsibilities, English language competency, and successful integration into national life. Citizenship may not be treated as an automatic administrative process. The purpose of citizenship is to recognize full membership within the national community. Integration requirements. The national project supports cultural continuity and national cohesion. Individuals seeking permanent residence or citizenship shall be expected to integrate into British civic life. Integration includes English language proficiency, understanding of British laws, participation in society, respect for constitutional institutions, acceptance of equal legal treatment, and loyalty to the United Kingdom. Citizens may maintain personal cultural traditions and private beliefs. However, all citizens and residents are expected to participate within a shared national civic culture. Illegal immigration. Individuals who enter the United Kingdom unlawfully, evade border controls, use fraudulent documentation, or remain after lawful permission has expired will become subject to detention and removal. The national project maintains that immigration law must be enforceable. A system that cannot remove those without lawful permission to remain cannot maintain effective border control. Foreign criminals. The right to reside within the United Kingdom is conditional upon compliance with British law. Non-citizens convicted of serious criminal offences shall become subject to mandatory removal proceedings following completion of lawful judicial process. The privilege of residence may be withdrawn where an individual demonstrates through serious criminal conduct that they are unwilling to respect the laws, institutions, and public order of the nation. The purpose of this policy is to protect public safety and maintain confidence in the immigration system. Welfare and public benefits. Citizenship carries rights that are not automatically extended to temporary residents or visitors. Access to certain public benefits, housing programs, and long-term support systems will be restricted according to immigration status and contribution requirements established by law. The purpose of this distinction is to preserve the sustainability of national support systems for citizens and lawful long-term residents. Asylum and humanitarian protection. The United Kingdom may continue to offer protection to individuals facing genuine persecution or severe humanitarian danger. Applications shall be processed through lawful procedures and subject to verification requirements. Humanitarian protection exists to provide safety to those in genuine need, not to create an alternative route around normal immigration controls. Individuals whose claims are rejected following lawful review will become subject to removal procedures. Removal and deportation. The state shall maintain the practical ability to remove individuals who enter unlawfully, remain unlawfully, commit serious criminal offenses, obtain immigration status through fraud, or otherwise lose their legal right to remain. Removal procedures shall operate under constitutional safeguards, due process protections, and lawful review mechanisms. However, lawful review shall not be used to prevent the enforcement of immigration law indefinitely. The purpose of immigration law is not merely to establish rules, but to ensure those rules can be enforced. Purpose of the system. The purpose of immigration policy is to preserve national sovereignty, public confidence, social cohesion, constitutional stability, infrastructure sustainability, and the long-term interests of British citizens. The national project believes that a nation has both the right and the responsibility to determine who may enter, who may remain, and who may become part of the national community. A successful immigration system is one that is lawful, enforceable, fair, transparent, and capable of supporting the long-term continuity of the nation.